Hello. Can anybody hear me? Let me know if you're here. Type me a message. Hey, who's in here? Hello. See who's in here. Type in the chat. Let me know you're here. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Feliz Cinco de Mayo, actually. Hello. Send me a chat. Let me know you're here. Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Hey, girl. Hey. Bestie's here. Thank you. Hey, Latanya. Hey. Welcome. Thank you. So, y'all, I am in full quarantine gear, which means I got on leggings and some manner of t-shirt. I swear this is what I have been wearing since all of this started. Hopefully everybody's well. Hey, niece. Hey. Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Hey. Got the ponytail. Actually, we really in the kitchen today, y'all. We are just at home. I don't know if we simply lavish today. We just at home. Hey. Send me a chat. Let me know what's here. We're about to get into these tacos. So we already a couple of minutes in. Hey. Who else is here? Feliz de Cinco de Mayo. Hey. So since I'm not one to keep people waiting, I am going to get started. So I am making seafood tacos. So I am starting with some codfish, if y'all can see that. It's all been rinsed and patted dry, so I didn't need to do that on camera, but I have some codfish and some scallops. Now I had some shrimp and they were in like a vacuum sealed container, and I opened the shrimp and they stunk. So I was like, no, can't use that. So guess who's going back to the store and telling them to give me my money? Yes, so couldn't use the shrimp, so I took out some more fish, and I am going to work with that. Tell me a chat if you in here. Let me know that you're here. I see a few more people coming. Thank you for coming. So I just showed y'all my fish, and I already have all of my ingredients all measured out. So we have some chili powder. Can you really see that? Garlic powder. This is paprika and some cumin. So I always keep a whole bunch of spices because I like to cook and I like to try new things, so I'm always buying new spices. But if you are not that big into cooking but you want to make something like this, really shop your spice aisles, because sometimes they'll have some pre-made mixes. Hey girl, hey Kay. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm still on the meeting. That could have been an email, so but yeah, so if, like I was saying, if you don't buy all of these individual spices, because this is stuff I've collected over time, look for a pre-made mix. If you're not, but I'm constantly trying new recipes and seeing things, and I'm like, oh, I want this. So I'm not in the store buying a whole bunch of different spices at one time, because that can't get expensive. So if you want to try something like this, but you don't always have cumin or chili powder and all those things in your pantry, look for a pre-made mix with all of those things. So to start, I'm going to put all of this in my bowl. I'm only going to put some of the salt because I don't want it to be too salty. So there, I dumped out. See, I have some of the salt left. And I dumped out all of that into that bowl. And then we need some olive oil. So I'm going to go in and pour my olive oil into this bowl. You do need a good amount of oil for this. and then the juice of a lime. So you start out using the lime, you squeeze it and kind of roll it on your surface. So you can see that. Roll it to get those juices flowing. You want those to start flowing. Thank you. Get those juices flowing. And I got my little citrus juicer. So I'm going to use that. But if you don't have a citrus juicer, you can simply use a fork. Everybody has a fork. You use your fork and you fork your limes. So limes don't usually have seeds. They have them really tiny seeds. So you can go with a fork. And then do the same job. A knife. You see all those juices are already flowing. And I'm going to get the juice out of my lime. And this leaves all of the pulp in the little strainer. Hey y'all, who's here? Feliz de Cinco de Mayo. So that's one half, and then we're going to go with the other half. You want to get all of that juice out of there. Little known fact, the vitamin C in citrus can help get rid of dark marks on your skin. So dab a little on there. Sometimes I'll keep like this little, the little dry bits. Dab a little on dark mark, the little hyperpigmentation. Get that right out there. You be careful if you have sensitive skin. No, don't. You might want to rinse that off. So I think I've squeezed all the juice I can get out of this lime. So it came out to be like 2 tablespoons. I don't know if you have to see, this has a nice little measuring thing on there. 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And we're going to put that all in there with the spices. And whisk that up. You need a little more olive oil on here. And mix that till it's nice and incorporated, you see. So, and you know what? I really should have put some music on. Hold on, I'm gonna put some music on. We're gonna get that fire stick to load up. And I'm going to get my gloves because we're going to put and massage all of that good juice and oil all over your shrimp and scallops. And I don't like to do this with my bare hands, one, because I have nice pretty nails. And I'm not into touching raw meat with my bare hands. And then when I'm done, I usually just bleach up my gloves. So we're going to do this. I have a friend who always clown me for my use of gloves for everything. I use gloves for anything. I'm going to have my hands in unless I'm bathing. So I use it for all that. Come on in here if you are just now joining. Welcome, thank you. I am seasoning my fish and scallops. I originally said that I was going to use some shrimp too, but when I opened the shrimp, it was not good shrimp. So that's going to have to go back to the store, and I'm going to want my money. So I'm kind of just going in and massaging my fish. That did not sound right. I'm gonna season this up. And I just have my cookie sheet with some parchment. It's not gonna keep it entirely clean, but a little bit easier to throw away. Got parchment at the end of this, and get that sheet all cleaned up. So you see I'm really concentrating. Hey y'all, hey, let me know who's in here. Drop a little message in the chat. Let me know you're here. And if y'all have questions while I do this, please put them in the chat. So now that is all seasoned and incorporated. I'm gonna rest these here. And That's missing the spot. Is my sister in the room, yo? Oh, so I have some cod and hey, Miss Fee. I have some cod and I have some scallops. Like I said a little earlier, I opened my shrimp. It wasn't good. I was disappointed, but I'm gonna go get my money. So I have all of this, all well seasoned, and I'm gonna let this hang out for a bit because you want those flavors to get in there and marinate. So while that is marinating, let me put this in the sink. While that's marinating, we're gonna work on our slaw. So you can also use any kind of fish that you like. White fish works, white delicate fish works best for tacos and things like that. So if you like tilapia, you can use tilapia. Other forms of white fish. I wouldn't use tuna. Tuna tends to dry out. I don't think that would be good on tacos. And most people don't like how you're supposed to really eat tuna, which is mostly raw. I wouldn't use that. Salmon might be a little too meaty, so you want to go with a really light, delicate fish. So the next thing I am going to do is start on this slaw. So I have a head of red cabbage. I'm gonna buy a nice small one, and we're gonna cut that up. So get you a good knife. So thank you. So get you some knives. Like, I don't know how many times I go to people's house and they want me to cut something up, and I say, give me a knife, and then they bring me something like this. What I'm gonna do with this? What I'm gonna do with this? I cut an apple up with this, maybe some cheese, slice a lime in half, but this is not really what you want to be using to cook and cut up like a head of cabbage. Fascia, cut a watermelon. What I'm gonna do with this? Now I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need a good knife. Hey sister, hey. You need to get you some good knives. These are one of the things that make a lot of people say they don't like cooking, probably because they don't have any good tools, and it takes forever. And you see how much I'm having to move with this knife in this thick head of cabbage. There we go. Yes, dear, get you some good knives. Because really this is a steak knife. You're supposed to eat with this. You can probably peel some things with this. Siobhan, hey girl! I'm so glad to see you. But yeah, every kitchen should have some good knives. Even if you don't cook that much, when you do cook, it's gonna make your life so much better. So much better. So we take out that white chunk that be in the middle of the cabbage, throw that away. And I could use my box grater for this. Again, these are one of the tools that me, because I cook a lot, use it to grate cheese and things like that. If you don't have none, there's nothing that this knife will not do. So you can just do the same thing you would do with this with your knife. So I'm just cutting it up nice small pieces. You can hear that lovely chop. Your knife should be nice and sharp. My dad just texted me. I don't know what he's talking about. Nice sharp knives. You will cut yourself faster with a dull knife than you will a sharp knife. So you want nice sharp knives. Let the knife do the work for you. And I am by no means like anybody's master when it comes to knife work. So take your time. Let the knife do its work. And get that in there. So we have nice little shards of cabbage. So you want it nice and thin, so it'll soak up this nice dressing we're about to put on here. So I think that's about enough. I only use half of the head. We're going to save this probably for some salads during the week. And I'm going to get this into the colander so I can rinse this off. Use the back of your knife to scrape your bench up so you get all that good cabbage off of there and into the colander. And we're going to rinse this off. We're rinsing our cabbage. If you have just come in, hopefully you can still hear me. We're really cooking in here, folks. So I had a towel. Let me use paper towel. Okay, so while that is drying, we're going to get the dressing for our slaw together. So in this bowl, I already have a cup of, you can use Mayo. This is Miracle Whip because Miracle Whip is superior to Mayo. And I'm going to get another lime out. And I'm going to juice that thing too. So here I am again rolling this lime under my palm and onto the counter. This is called the counter. To get those juices flowing in there. So roll it, it starts to get a little tender, and cut that in half. And again, we're going to squeeze the juice out of our lime. I am using my juicer. If you don't have a juicer, just use a fork. And actually, maybe, yeah, no, I just threw it away. Hey, drop me a chat message if you're here. Let me see you. I don't want to think I'm just talking to myself. So what we're doing now is making a dressing. In my bowl, as I've already said, if you didn't hear me, that is Miracle Whip. You feel free to use Mayo if you are more a Mayo person than a Miracle Whip. We like Miracle Whip over here. I do have Mayo, but I wanted to use Miracle Whip. This is the beauty of cooking. If there's things that you don't like, don't use that. If you don't like cumin, don't use cumin. If you don't like Miracle Whip, don't use Miracle Whip. So you can see I'm really getting in here with the elbow grease trying to juice this lemon. Excuse me, this lime. You want all that good juice out of there. And we're going to add that in with our Miracle Whip. I'm going to need my whisk for this. So to this, we're going to add honey. I got nice raw honey. And we are supposed to use a tablespoonful of this. You can't see my hands. So we have our nice raw honey. Are you talking about when I was juicing the lime? I know it's kind of hard to get an angle here, but get that sticky spoon in the sink. And so I got my Miracle Whip, there's lime juice, and there's honey, a juice of a whole lime, and there's honey here, and that's going to be part of the dressing for our slaw. So I'm just mix that up. And you really want to get that incorporated. You want the fat from the Miracle Whip to mix with the citrus of the lime, and then you definitely want that honey to dissolve in there. And for it to collect, I tilt the bowl, and you see there's all that in there together. So, hey, we're cooking here for Cinco de Mayo. Get all that in the sink. Oh, we can't forget my cilantro. So there are two different types of people in the world. People who like cilantro and people who are less sophisticated. So, I'm joking. But if you don't like cilantro, leave the cilantro out. You don't have to get the cilantro. So, I am going to chop up. Hey, Sharon, you are probably the most sophisticated person I know, so you know that's definitely a lie. So, if you don't like cilantro, please don't use cilantro. Again, we just cook it here. And this is where you can improvise. The one place I don't improvise is when I'm baking, because there's a science to baking. Everything always has both a flavor component and a chemical component when you're baking, so I don't do too much improvising. But when you're cooking, you're just making a savory meal. Do what you like. What you like. See? Hey, J-Ro Diggins, what's up? Yes, I'm calling you ghetto, fam. So you get that cilantro in there. I like a good amount of cilantro. And in the slaw goes some corn. You can use frozen that you've thawed out, canned that you drain. This cup of corn that's going in there. And then my cabbage. A lot of people do say cilantro tastes like soap. I guess apparently I like soap. I love to bathe. Maybe I just like soap. I don't know. And so ain't no salt in here yet. Salt. Always must add salt. And in goes my cabbage. And no, we all using the same bowl that we just mixed all of our dressing in. We're using that same bowl. This one here. And I'm gonna get my tongs out. And I'm gonna use my tongs to get this all mixed together. So if you are just joining in, my fish is marinating. So are my scallops, and I am making the slaw that goes on the tacos, which is red cabbage, cilantro, corn, and a dressing with mayo or Miracle Whip. I use Miracle Whip, honey, and lime juice. And I'm just giving that a toss. Threw a little salt in there. I'm gonna have to get my grinder out. We're gonna taste this. We're gonna taste what this starting hot. What does this mean? It definitely needs some pepper. Maybe a little more salt. So let's get the pepper out. And my kosher salt is here. So I'm grinding some pepper in here. Sharon, I am still so disappointed my electric pepper grinder broke. So if anybody is looking to give me a late birthday, early Christmas gift, electric pepper grinder. This is a lot of work. You see, I'm just struggling. I did. I cut up the... Is that time delay? Hey! I did cut the cabbage by hand. You can use your box grater like this. I just went in with a knife. Or if you... Ooh, Carla, green onions. Improvise. You know, I got some of those too. Yes. I'm going to get a little bit of kosher salt. Just a little bit in there. My sister just suggested that I put in some spring onions. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go with this. And get some scallion. So she'll recognize how this is. So when we get scallion, my mother always washes them and then wraps them in paper towel and puts them in the fridge. So that's why my sister would recognize that method. Hey y'all, hey, drop me some chats. Drop a message in the chat. If you are just joining this live, I already have my fish and scallops marinating. You probably also didn't hear the fact that I was disappointed in my shrimp and I'm not using that. I am working right now on the slaw while the fish is marinating. And I'm adding some red onion, excuse me, not red onions, but spring onions or scallion to this slaw. My sister's online and she was like, you should add that, and I think she is right. So down here, you can't see my hands, but I am chopping up this scallion. I'm getting the whites and some of this green, some of the green part in there. Just a couple of them. But this is going to be hella good on these tacos. So thank you, sis. And we use that knife, get that in there. Put some on back. My hands are clean, but this is my food anyway. This is my food anyway. So we're going to get that all tossed up right here. So again, that is going to hang out till it's time for our tacos. So just going to sit and marinate. And one last thing I'm going to put together before we start in on our fish, and that is the sauce for tacos. So in here is a 1/4 cup. I have some cod and some scallops. And quiet as kept, all this came from Aldi. That cod came from Aldi. Now, the thing with Aldi fish, if you ever get in the freezer section, that sometimes it's very delicate. I don't know if it's old or whatever, but it'll fall apart. So if I'm gonna like cook a dish where the fish I want to be presented whole, I'm not buying Aldi fish. But for this, I went into that Aldi freezer section, and you know the vacuum seal packages with the that's in the freezer section. That's where I got the fish and the scallops. The scallops are sea candy. If you don't like scallops, or you've never tried scallops, try scallops. So we are working on the sauce for the taco. So this is sour cream. That's what this is, sour cream. We have a couple of tablespoons of mayo. So this I'm actually gonna use mayo. The last dish I used Miracle-Whip, but I'm gonna use mayo in this one. And then we have some seasonings. We have some chili powder, some garlic powder, and some paprika. So all that's gonna go in together, and that's gonna be the sauce. My dad is sending me messages. He should be watching me on this live. So easy. Get all those ingredients together and stir. So I have my little this little scraper, perfect for little spoons when you got stuff like this. So I have all of these like kitchen tools because I'm constantly cooking something new. Part of the reason is my mother had all these things, and if she were to come over and I didn't have them, she'd go, do you girls ever see your mother not have these things? Hey Ava, thanks for coming in. See, my best friend got her friends represented in here. I see you. Thank you. If you do not know, my best friend's name is Kenya Wright. So for people who don't know me and are on this chat live right now, say hi to my bestie, who probably ain't even on anymore because I know she had to run out. So we're gonna get all this in here, and then that sauce is actually ready now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna start heating my grill. So this is my grill pan. Who's this now? Okay, we're gonna move you in a minute to by the stove so you can see what I'm cooking. If you are just joining me, I am making some seafood fish tacos. But I'm also using codfish and some scallops. My shrimp went bad. I've been complaining about the shrimp since I started this live. I opened the shrimp and it was no good. So no shrimp, more fish and scallops. So I have this stovetop grill pan. Okay. I'm gonna use the flat side because sometimes the grill side is a pain in the butt to clean. So I am gonna get the fire started under there. So, oh shit. I'm gonna tear up my own house. So y'all gonna come with me. Give me a second. Y'all gonna come with me. Over to the stove so you can see what I'm doing. Hey y'all, hey. And I'm gonna adjust you so you can get a good look at the stove. So I'm letting this heat up. If you join me, oh shoot, I almost spilled this. This is, ooh, Latonia, I don't even know where I bought this. I would guess probably Bed Bath and Beyond. So I have my fish marinating in a combination of spices that include cumin, garlic powder, chili powder, and lime juice and olive oil. So that has been marinating since I started, and I got this on my hands. So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. And I am going to spray this. See, y'all want to see in my cabinet, my spice cabinet? Hold on. Y'all want to see inside the spice cabinet? You see all this? This is what's going on over here. All them spices in there. Because I'm constantly cooking and making new things. Like, always see a recipe I want to try. So that's what I do. So I'm going to spray this a little bit because we don't want this fish to stick. And it only takes a couple of minutes per side for the fish to cook. So hopefully I don't get distracted and burn it. See, is that better? Like, can y'all see this? Hear that hit? Now I'm really concentrating them on these sides because these are where the burners are. So that's why I'm kind of like left that big old gap in the middle. So this is going to cook relatively quickly. So you can see it's already white on that side. And we're just going to let that hang out. If you are just joining me once again, this is codfish that I marinated in a combination of olive oil, lime juice, chili powder. Ooh, somebody just had a question. I missed that. Chili powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. Did I put pepper? I think I might have forgot to put pepper, y'all. I don't know. We don't see what it do. Okay, so I have my scallops here waiting to go in. This has been marinating since we started the live. And we're just gonna let that cook. Also, while I was in here, while that was marinating, we went in and made our slaw. So if you did not see that, that is red cabbage that I cut up. Some corn. I use frozen corn. You can use canned corn and drain it. Some cilantro is in here, and some, thanks to my sister Cindy, you can't hear me. I don't know. Is anybody else having trouble hearing me? And the dressing has Miracle Whip, lime juice, salt, cayenne pepper, cayenne pepper, and garlic powder. I might be missing a few things, but that's so far what's in there. And I'm just going to flip this over. I'm not sure that that's actually done, so I'm going to give it some more time. And you can see this griddle is well worn. I don't even know how long I've had it. Okay, say something to me one more time, if you can hear me. I just missed the question. Why are we looking at my boobs? We don't need that. Okay, we sizzling. Okay, good. Thank you. Tondalea, cool. We can hear me. Cindy, I'm not sure why you can't hear me. So, this is very tender fish. And like I said, sometimes, because I did buy this from Aldi, so sometimes when you get them Aldi fish, they will want to fall apart on you. So, I wouldn't recommend buying that kind of fish for... Okay, perfect. I wouldn't buy this fish. I would actually go and buy some good fish from a fishmonger. And if I wanted to serve a fish dish where I'm presenting it and what you know, whatnot. So I'm gonna let this continue to cook because I don't want it to steam. So I think I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit higher. I didn't want to get distracted and let it burn. So that's hanging out. While that is doing that, I think we are going to make some drinks. First of all, I'm going to clean up some of this stuff. So y'all have to bear with me for a hot second while I get some of these things in the sink. And we readjust. If you are just here, say hey. Tell me you here. Say hey. That's not where it was first. Okay, we'll better here. Better here. Hey, there we go. If you are just joining me, say hey. What did you miss? Tell me what you missed, and I'll get you caught up. So we're gonna get some of this stuff in the sink. Clear it up. So we got my cutting board. This is my vegetable cutting board. We're gonna put that up now. Excuse my back. Okay, I'm gonna flip this fish over here. It's working out. Excuse my back, people, once again. Excuse my back. Okay, so also we had made our sauce. If you are just joining me, tell me you're here. Say hey. Say hey, happy or feliz de Cinco de Mayo. We're making tacos here. We are making fish tacos with a red cabbage slaw and this mayo based or sour cream based dressing for your slaw. And about now we are going to get into starting our drink. So we are making mango margaritas. And I'm looking right now for a cutting board, a fresh cutting board. Got my fresh cutting board because I need to cut a mango. So you can use any mango you like. I'm going to use one of these. Shout out, sis. You can also use one of these, whatever mangoes are on hand. These were 77 cents. So that's what we're using today. And let me not let this fish burn. Hold on. Actually, And get my nice dish to put my fish in. Don't let that fish burn. You don't want it to overcook. And if it starts falling apart on you on stick, don't worry about it because it's going on tacos, so you about to break it up anyway. See, look, some of them start to stick. See, I moved y'all just in time so you don't see and talk about me. So I'll set it over here. And I'm gonna put my scallops on, so excuse my back. Excuse my back while I'm making some scallops. See, and then we're just gonna use our tongs. See, we're gonna use our tongs to do this. We're gonna fold this up right here, just like that. Get that in the trash. Boom, and then we'll wash that. Okay, so fruit. Fresh knife. Once again, get you some good knives, people. If you are just joining me, say, hey, wait a minute. I ain't tell y'all to subscribe yet. You gotta subscribe. I have a whole YouTube channel, Simply Lavish at Home. If you are not subscribed, you should probably subscribe. One day I'll get some content out. So for a single drink, I only need half a mango. So that's all I'm about to do. Because it's just me in here today. If you were gonna do it for more people, add more mangoes. But this is just me today. So I'm gonna cut this up into some cubes. This don't need to be fancy. And you can't see my hands, but I'm highly concentrating because I want to get this out of the skin and not cut myself. So we are making, again, mango margaritas. Find you a ripe mango. Meanwhile I'm doing that, I'm keeping an eye on my scallops. We do not want those to burn. So we just got a rough dice on my mangoes. And then we thought we were done with the juicer. We are not done with the juicer. So now I need to juice yet another lime, but I only need half of this lime. Okay, I gotta rub it out. Again, when you're working with limes or citrus fruit, rub it hard against your counter. Let me check on my scallops. Oh yeah, these are finished. These can come off. So just that quick, your fish and your scallops are done. And I just dropped one on the counter. So that's my testing one. Excuse my back. So, look, it don't look fancy now. It's just some scallops and some fish in a pan. It is all cooked up. And we're gonna let this hang out while we make our drink. So, jalapeno. This is a spicy mango margarita. So we're gonna get this jalapeno here. I'm gonna use about half. You say you can use a 1 to 2. One drink. I'm gonna use half one. I'm gonna get these seeds out of here. You leave the seeds in the membrane and it's gonna be super, super spicy. If you like that, leave it in there. If you don't want too much spice, use less jalapeno or just don't use any. Once again. Oh, I was about to squeeze a lime, wasn't I? Get that out of there. Don't touch your face after you touch the jalapeno. We're not touching our face right now anyway, too much, are we? Hopefully everybody is healthy and safe. And just a rough chop on the jalapeno. So it was cooked just on a flat griddle pan, so I didn't use a grill. You'll have to go to subscribe. You'll have to go to my Simply Lavish at Home place and hit the subscribe button. I'm not sure where there's one. Hey, Kenya, you back? And on here, but this is my first live, so I don't know where that is right now. So we just have a rough chop, mangoes, jalapenos. I'm about to squeeze yet another lime, but only half of one. Again, squeezing our half of lime. Welcome. Throw me a message if you're just joining me. Hey. So you get all, use elbow grease, get all that good juice out of there. All that good juice. Okay. I'll take this. I think I'm done with this for today. Put that in the sink. So I got my cocktail shaker ready. I'm gonna throw some ice in here. We are working on our mango margarita. Let me get my ice. But first, we're gonna put our mango along with our jalapeno in our cocktail shaker. And our lime juice. This is all going in the cocktail shaker. And we're going to use a muddler and muddle it. If you don't have this, use a spoon. Actually, I'm going to have to use a spoon. This is too short. So I'm going to get a spoon. Long wooden spoon. And just go and start mashing up your, that's what we mean when we say muddle. Mash up your mangoes and your jalapeno and your lime juice. That's all that's in this cocktail shaker. So just beating it up in there because you want all of those flavors to get together. If you are just joining me, tell me what you missed so I can get you caught up. You're watching Simply Lavish at Home, and I am making fish tacos and mango margaritas, spicy mango margaritas. So now I'm just muddling. Once again, I'm muddling or smashing up my jalapenos and my mangoes. And ready to go. So, getting some ice out, dumping that in there. Is good. I don't want to water it down. So we have however much tequila you like going into that cocktail shaker. However much triple sec. This is probably like an ounce of triple sec. That was probably 2 ounces of tequila. And we got some mango juice going in here. So I had this in the freezer. Hopefully it didn't freeze up on me. Ooh. That is completely frozen. We're going to get a new one. So I have accidentally froze my can of mango juice. So I have to get another one. This is fresh mango nectar. Buy this at the dollar store. And however strong you like it, you're going to pour that in there. I'm not much of a drinker, so that's probably about half a can. Again, this is however much you like. That's how much you make. If you like more tequila, by all means, put some more tequila in there. You don't like, this will also work well if you don't like mango. Will work well with pineapple juice, peach juice, any other kind of fruit that you like. So this is about to get loud while I shake this. If you don't have a cocktail shaker, just use a cup, stir it in there together with some ice. Now you can choose to rim your glass. You can use chili powder to rim your glass with a little lime juice. You can use salt because this is a margarita if you prefer salt. I think I am going to use a little, I'm going to use tahini actually. So that's that lime, chili flavored stuff that you can get usually in the ethnic aisles of your grocery store. So what I'm going to do here is rim this glass. I'm just going to take this lime and run it around the edge of the glass like this. This is the other half of that lime that I just squeezed. And dip it in the tahini, just like that. This is important stuff. We're handing out life lessons. This is how to make a margarita. And get our margarita, pour that right in there. Yes, Lord. So we're going to take a little wedge of lime. And I'm going to take a ring of jalapeno. That wedge is ugly. And we just garnish it with a little jalapeno, little lime, and we're going to taste this. Get into it. Get into it. Get into it. So let me go ahead. Since our meat is ready, let me get some taco shells on the griddle. Warm those up. And we're ready to put together our tacos. So once again, you're going to excuse my back while I go grab some stuff. Get this off of here. I have a lot of dishes to wash. Now, if y'all weren't watching me, I've been washing dishes already, but y'all ain't come to watch me wash dishes. So we're going to wait till I finish before I do all that. Pan. My splatter screen fell out. If y'all don't have a splatter screen, this will save your life cleaning your stove. And I'm gonna turn this stove on. And we're gonna get that warmed up to heat up some taco shells. Anybody have any questions? I've been sitting here chatting for a minute. Any questions? Are you lost? Did I miss something? Do you have another tip? What's going on? Talk to me. It is Cinco de Mayo. We about to get our drink and eat on. Oh, I'm just that good. No questions. Hey, y'all. If you just joining me, let me know. Where you at? Where you from? How I know you. If you made this drink with me, get some of that. I just use regular Patron. Again, it really does not matter. It matters is your taste. So whatever you like to drink, that's what you want to put in here. So I did use regular Patron. If you prefer Cuervo or some other brand that I can't think of any right now, feel free to use that. So it's all this is one of the areas where it is totally up to you. Whatever you like. Girl, it's good. Get into it. You remember that one I made in the office? That was dope too. Yeah, we make drinks at the office, child. sometimes. So my pan is heating up, and I'm about to get this little thing that I found that I love. So this is one of those things. Hey, this isn't. Wait, say that again. Okay. I did remove the seeds from the jalapeno, but if you like more heat, you can leave some in there. The seeds in that white membrane. The seeds in that white membrane is where most of the heat is. So you want to take that out if you don't like too much heat, but you want that little bit of kick of the jalapeno. But if you want to leave it in there because you like that heat, you leave that in there. So this is one of them things that you don't know that you need until you get it. Okay, get into this. I said, what the hell am I gonna do with this? This is a taco holder. I don't know how long this has been in my cabinet. I think I paid like $1 for it at Bed Bath & Beyond, and it was like a package of 4. It's been in here. It got to be upwards of 5 years. I used it maybe 3 weeks ago because I wanted some tacos. I'm like, I forgot about this thing, girl. This is one of them things where you realize, yes, all things can be held in balance. So your life is gonna be okay. This thing right here. Now I gotta find one that looks more sophisticated than that because this little kitty, you know. But I'm like, what I've been doing all this time? Why? So I'm using, what is this? Corn tortillas. If you like flour, by all means, child, I keep telling y'all, do what you like. This is your food. You got to eat this. So I am going to bust on these corn tortillas. Get that heated up. I'm a 3 taco girl. However many you need. That's what you put on there. You see that fancy, close that thing up, right? While those heat, I'm gonna give me some avocado. Can I make a thing? Girl, you know what? Next time I come to North Carolina, we're gonna do this. Margaritas and tacos, okay? So, I cut a piece of avocado earlier today. So I'm gonna use some more of this to put on my tacos this evening. Got to get that pit out of there. It is 2020. One day we're going to find a way to not only cure the coronavirus, but stop your avocado from getting brown. One day we're going to figure this out. It was wrapped up, soaked in lemon and everything, but you know, you got to get rid of that ugliness, that brown stuff. Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much for watching me this long. I did not expect it to go this long, but thank you so much for watching. See you. Alright, so those tortillas are nice and warm. Flip them. And I'm going to get these things on a plate. So, you see I got my... Hey, Angelic Decor and Accessories. Thank you for tuning in, girl. Hey. Let's collaborate. I am making fish tacos, and I just got through making this fly-ass spicy mango margarita, girl. Yes. So, we're going to get my tortillas out of here. And look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look what we do here. It's perfect. It don't flop over or nothing. Look at this. Can't do it with one hand. Look at that. It's just the perfect way. Look at. Come on. Get into it. Look, it doesn't flop down. It doesn't fly, you know, now, and it's open wide enough where you can get your fillings in there. I get it. I didn't know. I didn't know I was lost. I did not know. So now we getting our fillings. So some people might have just tuned in. So we have our fish that was marinated in chili powder, lemon juice, olive oil, garlic powder, salt, pepper, all those good things. Cumin. We got fish and we got scallops. If you have just joined me, you will not know that my shrimp was not good. So I'm going to take that back and get my money. And we have this red cabbage slaw. Now, if I was serving this to anybody but me, you know, they would have to go into some beautiful serving tray so I can present it properly. But y'all don't want to see me do all this. You don't. You just want to see it finished and what it looks like on these tacos. So I'm going to get to that. So we get a nice serving spoon. So we're getting our serving spoon, and I'm just gonna break up this fish meat. I'm gonna break that up because we want that to go in our taco shell. And put as much of that in there that as you like. I'm gonna do one with scallops. Love scallops, especially these little guys. They be so sweet and so good. And we are just filling our shells with that young fish meat. And we about to get some of this slaw. This slaw is red cabbage, cilantro, green onions, corn, sour cream, Miracle Whip. If you like mayo, use mayo. But we're just going to pile some of this on here. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm plating live. I don't usually do this. I need planning. And then we're going to put a little slice of avocado on there. Ooh, I can't show y'all this plate like this. I'm going to clean this up. Can't show it to y'all like that. And then we got our sauce. Look at this. Okay, look at this. We're going to put that sauce on there. It's thick. Ooh, child, this sauce is thick. Get on there. Putting that sauce on there. Siobhan, girl, I got you. North Carolina, next trip. Get into it. Get this business together. Okay, see, and then we done. Look at the colors. That means you're getting nutrition and everything. Look at the colors. But then when you come in here with your fruit right here. See, that's fruit and vegetables. Get into it. So, happy Cinco de Mayo. Thank you all for watching. If you have not already, go to my page, Simply Lavish at Home, my YouTube channel, and hit that subscribe button and the cute little bell to let you know every time Simply Lavish posts a video. If you are not following me, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Just look for the Simply Lavish. Look at the little logo. Get into it, yes. And then, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, here's living simply lavishly. Cheers.